that said Hateley didn't change his tires or warm them up. Is he on the same tires? So that could obviously be a huge compromisation. Andy Hateley is going to get second place, and look at that.
Drift Wizard, Andy Hateley, second place at round 3 of the Link Engine Management Pro Spec Championship. Holding up the carbon fiber and the staff. There you go. Congratulations to Andy Hateley.
Approach, boom, going
that thing almost full lock one way to initiate, so it's just a really simple handbrake, but got to give it to him for the filling out of zone 1, and the timing of that transition was really good. Filling out of zone 2, except he could have stayed in there longer, made a longer arc, and filled that out of zone 3. I know he's got the power and the talent to swing it out there, so he's going to have little points on the board there left on the table. So fills out of zone 1. I really like that transition coming from 3 into 4. You know, flirting with that wall here. Pouring on the angle here in outer zone 1. Taking another look here. Max angle. He pours in a little bit before transitioning. Just stabs the handbrake and stabs the left foot brake. And here we go. He's sacrificing a little angle. You know, car's doing a little wiggle, but here I think he polishes it up a little bit. Nice transition. He might have gotten the rumble strips, but he made it look really good.
We got qualified 11th yesterday. A somewhat mediocre lap, in my opinion. I could have done better. Getting ready for top 32 battles today. We got about an hour or 2 of practice, and then we're going right into battle. We got Human Rahimi. So it'll be a good battle. He's a good friend of mine, so we're going to have some fun and see where we end up at the end of today. One more. Let's keep going.
It might be expedited here. Right now, it's our final drivers of top 32. Andy Hateley, the Habanero BMW, getting to that first outside zone. Human Rahimi, you can see him gaining some more ground here. Now to that second outside zone. See Women Life Forever there on that back window. That is his call to action. Into that final outside zone. Here comes Andy Hateley. Oh, textbook, baby. Great job by the Drift Wizard using his sorcerer. You shall not pass, he says to Human Rahimi. Well done there by Andy Hateley in the lead run. Kind of gained our ground. Maybe, again, the spotters getting here. Hey, look for this, look for that. Again, taking note. Eyes in the sky. Human Rahimi out front, initiating. Good job, great placement of that car by Human Rahimi. I don't think Andy Hateley has, he needs to be more active on this chase, and boom, he jumps up there, but has to back off. He got a little too close for comfort, and down that third outside zone. How we can handle this last outside zone. Looks like Human Rahimi, he hits it and quits it. Decent proximity by Andy Hateley. But again, looked like a little contact there towards the end.
I feel like we could have switched these cars and
Yeah.
made them, both the same looking, and it's been hard to tell who was driving what, because I feel Hateley was in the same ship. He just had a hard time catching up. I don't know if it's that, you're in the tighter line, the wheel speed is harder to get greater than your ground speed, and Rahimi was a little shallower in outer zone 3. I felt like Hateley had a lot more opportunity to give a better chase than Rahimi did on his chase.
Yep.
And kind of balled it up here throughout the window here. Another look at outer zone 1. Rahimi coming in hot. Could have had a little more angle, a little more aggressive initiation there, but Hateley, he got close there, but it just wasn't enough. He couldn't get the tires lit off to keep that pressure on Rahimi as they bring it around here, going into outer zone 4. A decent mimic there by Hateley, but it was just the car was gripped up, tighter line. He couldn't mimic the angle or get the proximity I think that he really wanted.
Regardless, it looks like Andy Hateley will get the win unanimously against Human Rahimi, and our Royal Purple Top 16 is set.
Yeah, I got you. sign the bottom.
Hey, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. If I got to go back to the other one, I'll go back to the other one.
Why are you calling all these storms in here, Wizard Boy? It's actually, I can create lightning, but I can't move it out of a vicinity, you know? So if you guys wanted lightning here, I can make it strike, but it's like, we want it to get out of here. I don't have that power, you know? I can just make magic. I can't make magic disappear. You know, it's a wizard thing, dude. You wouldn't understand.
Wait, are you the
You wouldn't
drift wizard?
understand.
I thought you weren't the drift wizard. The fuck up, who?
Hello. We're hanging in the trailer. Gonzo is chilling. We won our top 16 battle with Human, our top 32 battle with Human, which is awesome. Moved on to the top 16. And then the rain started to come down really, really hard out there.
It is coming down now. Yeah. I don't think we're driving tonight, boys.
And unfortunately, the drainage on this track is not the greatest, so Outer Zone 4 was kind of a lake. They talked about shortening the track for a minute, and ultimately they ended up postponing it until the morning. So we will be back here at 10 a.m. tomorrow to shred on a dry track. Well, we're back bright and early. Car's still out on grid. About to go out and head out for a quick warm-up and then into top 16. So wish me luck.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I actually got you working on the car this year a little bit. You're holding a drill and stuff. Like,
Act like I ain't always worked on the car. Come on, man. Come on. I did all my work in Atlanta on Monday instead. At my shop where it was comfy.
oh, there you go.
All right, here we go. But Andy Hateley, the Drift Wizard, steadily, deadly into that first outside zone. Here comes Nate Chen. And now coming to that second outside zone, you can see really great angle. Wow, massive angle, Andy. I don't know if it needed even that much there, but he finds the third outside zone and transitions into that final outside zone. Andy right there on that course edge. Again, not getting the red and white. That is off course, just to clarify. And Nate Chen, decent. Got out there, didn't have really close proximity. Let's take a look at it again.
Yeah, like what Chen did in Outer Zone 2 here, but almost had a failure to launch here as Hateley getting Outer Zone 1. He had a lot of angle there, pulling it back in Outer Zone 2. Look at Chen, staying right there in the pocket, putting on the pressure. Could have been a little closer, but it's a little difficult in Outer Zone 2. But Andy pulling out little angles. They go through Outer Zone 3, and Chen a little late in the transition here, going to Outer Zone 4. Andy fully filling it in, and Chen trying to make up some ground there as they finish out the course here and believe we'll build something on the track here. Looking at the drone here, looking at the proximity here that Chen's trying to put on here, but he's a little late on the transition. You could have anticipated that a little better as they go into Outer Zone 4. Would have given a little more of an edge in this battle here if you could have put on the pressure there.
Yeah, there you go. Here we go. So Nate Chen out front, Andy Hateley in the chase position through that start chicane. Here comes Nate Chen in the outside zone. Nice flick by Chen. Look at that, really on that course's edge, riding the razor. Does not get cut, and into that second outside zone. Good job by Nate Chen. Andy Hateley comes at it a little bit, but not too much. I want to see that overhead view. And then in that final outside zone, who's going to push? Who's going to finish strong? An exclamation point. Nate Chen, you saw aggressive flick. He did get in an outside zone. Looks like he expedited it about the halfway point, but
it looked like Andy kind of almost had a failure to launch here. He wanted a bigger flick, but look at how well Chen did flicking that thing into Outer Zone 1 here. Both put on similar pressure here in Outer Zone 2. They're almost in the same position. Hateley maybe have a little bit of advantage in Outer Zone 2, but now look at Chen's proximity here in Outer Zone 3. A little better than Hateley, but this is where Chen kind of doesn't shine as well as Hateley did in that transition, but they both kind of kept, and Chen kind of went off course. So now that is
like it might have been
past
after,
the finish line,
yeah.
But
tough one.
yeah.
Taking a look at Chen and Hateley. Slide him left for Hateley, right for Nate Chen. One more time, and it's a one more time. So they're going at it again, and that is unanimous, and I agree. Speaking of bonkers, Andy Hateley, Nate Chen, who's going to come out on top? We go one more time. Who's going against Blake Olson from Las Vegas? Andy Hateley will steadily, deadly first. Habanero, shout out to Gonzo, his big fluffy beast of a dog in that first outside zone. Wow, look at that. Andy Hateley says, okay, here we go, hold my staff. Going to that second outside zone. Good angle by Andy Hateley. Nate Chen, so a little bit of separation there, but look at that. Nate Chen just quickly jumps back into that last outside zone. Andy Hateley delivers. Nate Chen coming a bit short, and Andy Hateley goes a little bit deep there, but it looked like it was beyond the finish line. So some good execution there, learned some things, did their homework, they studied hard. Now are they going to pass the SATs?
Yeah, I feel like Chen went a little harder in his chase here. You almost over 50 here on zone 1 as we can look at the eye in the sky here as Hateley feels that zone really well. And well, from our original angle, Chen looked like he was almost going to go off, but He stayed in the pocket here, filling out outer zone 2. Hateley trying to get some more momentum as he pours on the throttle here, getting in outer zone 3. Chen still definitely present here in the chase, does a little better job than last time anticipating, but he kind of over-rotated and set him up to be shallow in outer zone 4 while Hateley was fully filling it. Taking another look here from the drone here. Look at that. Hateley filling all that outer zone 1. Chen, good anticipation, just a little bit of over-rotation, so then he's absent in outer zone 4. So that's going to be the only deficit I can see in the chase, and Hateley is doing a really good job in the lead run.
Yeah, great vantage point. Great vantage point, Matt. And here we are. Nate Chen will lead. Hateley, give a chase. Max, send him down the pipe. There is Nate Chen. See how aggressive that flick is. Kind of rolls into it. And Andy Hateley backs off right out of the gate. Can he get back to that proximity? Oh, Nate Chen kind of had a hiccup there. Almost a little hesitation in second outside zone. Andy Hateley not very aggressive going to that third outside zone. And here it is, the exclamation point. How are we going to end? Nate Chen fills it, and Andy Hateley comes up short.
Yeah.
So again, kind of tit for tat. But Hateley, I got to tell you, maybe a little bit hesitant on that initiation.
Yeah, I think.
And that ended up kind of causing him being off the whole time.
Yeah, I feel like he, from the get-go there in auto zone 1, he could have been a little more aggressive, and it kind of set the tone for the rest of his chase in the course here. So awesome flick here from Chen, and Hateley a little lazy to initiate, and he was just, a couple few car lengths there as Chen pulls off on the angle there and doesn't quite fill auto zone 2 as well. So the judges might be looking at that. If Andy did a little better job, then the minor mistakes that Andy made in the chase run here might not be as big of a deficit as we first thought, because Andy did do a little better job in filling out his zone 4, where I think Chen was completely absent there. So maybe we'll get a side-by-side, maybe we won't, but let's take a look at the drone here as we get through outer zone 3. Hateley does a good job here, putting on the pressure. Chen throwing it in outer zone 4, and Hateley right there with him. So we have to split hairs. That's a
beard
tough
hairs?
one.
Are we splitting beard hairs here?
Only, yeah.
Exclusively beard hairs off Andy Hateley. Again, two very talented drivers, two different kind of driving styles. Love that Andy Hateley, got that victory on the debut of that car last year in Orlando. Nate Chen looking for that elusive podium. And again, he's just been elevating his driving game. Here we go, slide him left for Hateley, right for Chen, and we got one for Andy Hateley. Andy Hateley gets the win. Hey, Robbie, if you could throw on the headset here, I want you to elaborate. What was the standout? And again, it was unanimous. What stood out for you by comparison of Hateley to Chen?
Well, it came down to the leads, and pretty much both of the drivers had several mistakes going into 4 and in the chase position as well. But then the biggest deficit may be Chen missing outside zone 2, and Hateley was able to mimic that better in the chase position. And we did look at overall the outside zone 1 area as well, but then in the lead position, Chen missing outside zone 2 is probably the biggest mistake he made.
All right, well, burning out and losing bumpers, hasn't even hit the track yet, but it looks like he grew a tail.
Hey! Hey!
All right, so we are seeing Andy Hateley pull up to the line. Well, let's just cut that thing off, Max. All right, give it a trim. See, look at the magic power. He made Blake Olson shave, too. Look at that. Look at the wizard. Alakazam, Alakazoo, shave your face. How about you? Andy Hateley, Blake Olson, our last battle in the Great 8. Who is going against Jeff Donati? He got the win against Dustin Miles. Hobson's in, O'Sullivan's in, Donati's in, and which one of these gentlemen? Olson or Hateley? Andy Hateley will lead. Andy Hateley qualifying 11th, Blake Olson qualifying 14th. So not a big departure there as far as their qualifying, but we've seen some great lead runs. Again, got to tighten it up. They know what's at stake. We saw it one more time from these guys. Here we go. Andy Hateley initiates into that first outside zone. Blake Olson, again, we saw it quickly be over for Derek Madison in transition. Blake Olson, I don't know if he's a little preemptive there on that transition, dropping into formation now in that third outside zone. How are they going to manage that last outside zone? Blake Olson, big flick into that last outside zone. That was aggressive, and that might have helped him out from not hitting Hateley. Again,
wow.
Yeah, that was kind of all over the place. I like Blake's being aggressive.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
Right?
Let's chew on it here. So Hateley does drop a tire there in outer zone 1, but Blake's positioning there going in outer zone 2 was a little less than stellar there as he tried to make up for it. Stays in drift, makes the correction to get the proximity. Hateley not having much angle through outer zone 3, but check this out. Look at this transition.
Yo.
Boom. Just pouring on the smoke, keeping it together.
All right, here we go. The second half of this battle. Blake Olson now out front. His Zone 1 BMW. Andy Hateley in that chase position. Let's see Blake on initiation. Big. Oh, where are you going, Blake? Blake with a massive, aggressive flick, and that is wildly incomplete. And I'll tell you what. Oh, Blake had all the marbles in his corner, and wow.
He's angry.
Well, here's the fact of the matter is, once Blake goes off course, Andy Hateley has the advantage and gets the win.
The run's over at that point. Once the lead driver incompletes, so right there,
Blake.
we could have shut it down. But you know, they gave us a little show here as he does some landscaping through outer zone 1. Let's take a look at the nasty flick, but he was just a little too far to the outside to begin with. If he would have, you know, turned to the left a little bit, gave it a little flick, and came back
the
around.
The bash bar is like dragging.
Yeah, what is that?
It's the bash bar. It's like and that popped off his fenders. Oh man! Again, Blake, the Zone 1. You know, like I said, he had all the marbles over, stomping fenders off. But like I said, it looked like his bash bar out back, dragging it. Andy Hateley got a little bit of a gift here, so slide him left for Hateley or right for Blake Olson, and Andy Hateley is gonna get the win.
Whatever, it's his call. Don't film this. Get out of here. Top secret.
You got your little secret sauce in there?
Yeah. It's like mac sauce, you know what I mean?
Here we go. Donati will lead. Hateley chasing. And we are clear to send. See if we get a clean start there. Matt Sopa on a Ropa, keeping it clean. Stallone, go for it. Here we go. Jeff Donati, Andy Hateley out of the gate, the drift wizard in that habanero BMW. Gonzo is my co-pilot. Now Donati into that first outside zone, coming to that second outside zone. Donati, great angle from him. We got decent proximity from Andy Hateley. We'd like to see him kind of mimicking that angle. Now he's got, again, good proximity here. That last outside zone, Donati swings it on in, and Andy Hateley timed that really well. He dropped into formation. Definitely want to see different angles on that. So some good driving, good straightforward, nothing, you know, X Factor-ish on either side, but just good, clean driving.
If you can check all the boxes here, but nail that, that's going to set you apart from the chase position here. But Donati could have been a little deeper in outer zone 1. Kind of in Hateley's favor here as they transition. Awesome little mimic there, filling outer zone 2 for the most part. Hateley keeping the pressure on here, even more so from the live footage here. Filling outer zone 3, but look at this transition. Boom, anticipates it just a hair quicker, and then he's still 6 with him through outer zone 4. Awesome job by Hateley. That's going to set him apart and wave that needle towards his favor as we look at it from the sky here in the drone. Look at the proximity, he's just pouring on there. Not quite matching the angle, but, you know, sacrifice. You got to find that balance between your proximity, the angle, and the line, but there, boom, that's going to set him apart. It's just awesome. You know, you saw me, I was thrilled to see that, man.
Yeah, on that first glance, you saw that timing, and that's what we saw earlier from Blake Olson, you know, against coincidentally Andy Hateley.
Yeah.
All right. Hateley's got to throw down a heater lead run. Donati, he needs to have good proximity, as we just saw from Hateley. And I think the level up would be mimicking that angle in addition to proximity. I think that's going to be the deciding factor here. Andy Hateley rolls into it, and Jeff Donati grips up. We saw this earlier. Donati on initiation, just failure to launch into that first outside zone, and Donati lacking the angle and the proximity. Now going that third outside zone, not as deep, but Donati making major mistakes in the chase, and that's going to be all she wrote for Donati. Oh man, so Jeff Donati, some major mistakes. He'll grab third place, his qualifying position 7th, so he does better O'Sullivan. But what happened?
I'm not sure. We'll have to ask him later, but he initiated about 2 weeks behind him, and Hateley filled all the zones, doing a great job, just smooth as silk, and look at that. He was just on the run-up. I don't know if it was what was going on here, but Hateley doing a good job. Jeff trying all he can to make up ground here, but just couldn't close the door on Hateley as they go through outer zone 2 here. Getting through outer zone 3, trying to make up, but Hateley smooth as butter getting through that. Oh man, look at that! Just a whisper of a wish, the air between the wall and his rear fender there.
And like you said, Hateley had a really dominant chase position, and just his timing was really good. He's going to need to bring it against Hobson.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, so
that's
I think
what you got to do.
This is a great battle, and look at that. Hateley, Hobson going to the finals, 1 and 2 in points,
Oh,
going
that's
into
right.
Utah. This is sick. This is great, and this is what we want to see. Not calling out Donati, love Donati, and you know, I'm getting some flack from the judges here. Like, what happened? I'm just asking for a friend here. So Donati unfortunately loses, but Andy Hateley gets the win unanimously. He's going to the finals. This is the Alabama B-boy and Andy Hateley from California. It's the finals here at Worldwide Technology Raceway, just over the river of St. Louis. Technically, we are in Illinois, but flying to STL. And here we are. We'll fly out of STL tomorrow, too.
We will.
You and I are on the same flight.
Sure are.
Leaving on a jet plane. Don't stop until we get there. So we are seeing the Pedal Commander, S Chassis, Ben Hobson, Ineos Oil, Feal Suspension, Andy Hateley, and then Habanero, BMW. And this is a great event for Hateley. Again, few lucky breaks on both sides.
Yeah, big
right?
time.
I mean, to talk about Hobson, we talked about it in 16, Root making that mistake. After Hobson makes a mistake, forced to do it one more time. Hateley, you know, he bounced around to get here. Andy Hateley made his way. Thank you so much. You know, past Human Rahimi. Against Nate Chen went one more time. Blake Olson made that major mistake, right? Hateley against Donati. So he's kind of been gifted a little bit of wins here, so he's gonna need to earn it because Donati made a mistake. Blake Olson made a mistake. And again, just who's better, who's more refined. The finals are here, let's send it. Here we go, Ben Hobson, Andy Hateley, who's coming out on top. We know that on top will be Ben Hobson after the point standings of this round. There goes Ben Hobson deep into the outside zone. Hateley with good proximity, could be deeper in that first outside zone. Now into outside zone 2. Hateley is nowhere to be found right now in that second outside zone. The third outside zone goes Ben Hobson. Again, Hateley coming up short, and the final, put a fork in it. Here we go in that last outside zone. The Pedal Commander, S Chassis, Hobson, rock solid, like a rock. There it is. So well done by Ben Hobson, Andy Hateley. You know, he needs to get back there,
yeah,
man.
he's gonna have to show us something real special here in the lead when they switch position. But look at Hobson. Hateley dives in, but he gets a little too far forward in that pocket where we want him. Here, look at the transition. He's a little lazy there. He grabs a little handbrake, trying to sacrifice that line to get more proximity. He just can't keep up. He's still trying to reel, Not even getting into the zone. Here, Hobson does a good job of getting in that out of zone 4. Hateley is present, not getting in the zone as well, but definitely an advantage. Hobson here. Let's take a look at the drone here as we get through outer zone 1. We can see how far ahead Hateley was in the chase position there. Not where you want to be, and right there you can see a little handbrake hold trying to get out to outer zone 2. Hobson just pouring the smoke out of the back of that car as they transition to outer zone 4, doing his job. Hateley just struggling to keep up.
You know, somebody made an observation there that said Hateley didn't change his tires or warm them up. Is he on the same tires? So that could obviously be a huge compromisation. He did not, huh? Wow. So just low on tires. Oh, it's sheared off. Like worried about the lug nuts. Okay, thank you. All right, here we go. So again, Hateley running on some used tires here. So he's out front. He's on some slick boys. Into that first outside zone goes Andy Hateley. Now transitioning to the second outside zone. Hobson pedal back, and there it is. That's going to be all she wrote, unfortunately, for Andy Hateley. Ben Hobson will be getting this victory. And normally we kind of leave it to a surprise, but no surprise here. Ben Hobson gets a perfect event, and there it is. Unfortunately, hits that oil slick, but Andy Hateley is going to get second place, and look at that, a perfect event. Ben Hobson takes it from the top and takes it all the way to the top. #1 qualifier, points leader, and the boy from Alabama makes Pedal Commander, Feal Suspension, Ineos Oil, and shout out to the Fiberwerkz boys. I know Greg and Tyler are going nuts. They got Elton flying high. What say you, Matt Sopa?
Obviously, the used tires definitely came into play here as they get through outer zone 1. He almost got it outside there. Swinging it back around here. There it is, just a little too slick. He almost gets flirts with disaster with the wall here. Hobson just playing it cool. He knows he's got the advantage. He's staying in chase. Good little transition here. Even if back that far, does a good mimic here as Hateley abandoned ship there
Exit
in the last
stage left, exit stage right in this instance. Yeah, some great driving by all the Prospect drivers today. And again, thank you for the team's patience.
Yeah.
You know, thank you for all the teams, all the drivers, all the crew, and thank you to the fans. You know, for those.
So taking him off, we're pretty sure we're going to break another one. Yeah. So we just left the scrubs on and did 4 laps like that.
What?
Yeah. That's probably the reason why I went off down there. I just thought I messed up, but we were on scrubs, so I mean.
You had a tire there?
No, our lug nuts, our studs were breaking. Like there's some issue going on with them. Like all of them are like seizing up as we go to take them off. We're pretty damn sure we're going to break another one when we changed them. We already have 2 broken ones on that side and 1 broken one on the other. So, yeah, we filed them down. Fortunately, they're really long. We filed them down and still were able to get torque, but like we're not messing around with that. We would have had to skip that final battle more than likely, and I don't know. It's better for the show. Go out there and drive than break a lug nut and not, you know. Woo! I'm sweaty. Forgot my sunglasses out here too. Run the hat real low. All right.
Nice work out there.
Thank you, man. Hell of a day.
All right, here we go. Second place. Let's get him back up here. You know him, you love him. From Malibu, California, the Drift Wizard, Andy Hateley, second place at round 3 of the Link Engine Management Pro Spec Championship. Holding up the carbon fiber and the staff. There you go. Congratulations to Andy Hateley. You don't have one of those? Oh wow, weird flex. You got a win in Orlando last year. Gonzo is your co-pilot. You are the Drift Wizard. It seems like you're having a lot of fun. I said that your special powers, you have your competitors shaved. Jeff Donati has the most bristle of all your competitors. All the others were baby faces. You obviously, I said, if I went down a dark alley, I'd turn the other way. I don't know why, but you're kind of scary looking, but you have a good time, man. All joking aside, seems like you're having a lot of fun, but getting up on the podium looks a lot even better. It feels even better.
Oh, it feels great. 2 rounds in a row, baby. You wouldn't believe it. This is incredible. Coming this far up in points too. We were struggling after the first round, and now we're second in points, I think. So this is incredible. This is all we needed today.
Yeah, 65 points behind Ben Hobson. It's coming down to Utah. Yeah, exactly. That was my point. What do you think? I mean, this track suited your driving style. You guys were going for it. You're dropping in good proximity. Maybe not mimicking the angle exactly, but you had some good predictions on dropping in.
Yeah, and against Ben, we actually had to run on scrubs. We were having a problem with our wheel studs, so those were 4-lap tires, and that kind of put a damper on things. But we still hung in there, still did all right, and we're up here. So awesome day, man.
All right, I saw your spotters already cracking beers. Why not? It's Saturday. Let's act like it, baby. Yo, appreciate you. The Drift Wizard, Andy Hateley, second place.
Well, we just took second place. Awesome battles. We were up against Jeff Donati in the final 4. We beat him. We had Hobson in the finals, and we had some issues with our wheel studs, and we broke 2 of them, and then we broke 1 on the other side, so we opted to leave the tires on the car that we had on from our top 4 battle, and they didn't last very well. I was able to keep up with him in the first lap, which was our chase lap, and then the second lap it just kind of fell off in OZ4, and I went off into the dirt and got a little muddy. But hey man, awesome weekend. We got it back on the box. We are now second in points, climbed up from 9th place. Yeah, couldn't be happier. Would have liked to take the win against Hobson, but you know what? That boy deserves it. So that is what it is. I'm proud of that kid, and you know, I'm happy with second place, that's for sure. Oh, car's back. There she is, that beautiful girl. She lasted another weekend.